Hey guys, it's Miss Zalestock. So earlier today I had one of your guys' classmates ask me a question about when to do all of the assignments because there was some confusion in thinking that everything is always due and everything always has to be done on Mondays. That is not the case. So I know that a lot of you guys are new to our school, and so this is your first year with us. So I just wanted to take a moment to go over the newsletters and review how you guys can schedule your day, how you can organize yourself, so that way you don't get to be feeling overwhelmed. You don't feel behind, all right? So where you can find your newsletters is on OMHS. So that's where I'm at right now. This website, this platform that has all of your classes, that's what it's called, OMHS, Online Middle and High School. And every week, I'm sure you've noticed this, your teachers post a newsletter. And that newsletter is giving you what your assignments are for the week, what your lessons are for the week. And we recently changed it, or not even recently, it was like, I don't know, a couple months ago. We changed it so that way it's set up as a daily pacing guide. So it's giving you a suggestion on what to do each day. So that way you guys can organize your time. So here we are on my page, pre-algebra, and we're gonna look in the class announcements. So I did make a nice little announcement for you guys today. So if you haven't checked that out, please look at my announcement. But then if I scroll down, here is the newsletter. So with the newsletter, I always post it two ways. So one, I take a picture of it, so that way it's boom, right there, you can see it. But then also this right here, see how it changed? That's a direct link, so you can click on it and open up a PDF. So some students like to print them off, so that way they can physically check things off as they go. Other students like to save it to their desktop, so that way you don't have to keep searching for it. It's just right there on the desktop, and then after the week is done, delete it and save new ones. All right, let's look at this a little closer. So here we have that math newsletter. Now the nice thing is you're gonna find that even though the assignments are gonna change, the setup, your general agenda is going to be the same every week for math. And I'm guessing it'll be that way for your other classes, ELA, science, social studies as well. So for math, all of your assignments are always due on a Tuesday. So that means whatever you have for this week, October 26th, will be due the next Tuesday, okay? So for math, that means Monday is kind of like a catch-up day. So Monday for math, you don't have any new assignments. What you need to work on is spend 20 minutes in the diagnostic arena, because you need to be doing that every week to update your score, as well as making sure past assignments are all done. So these first two here are the assignments from 2 weeks ago, and I put them up there because a lot of people still don't have them done. And these bottom two IXLs are what was assigned last week, and see how it says it's due the 27th. So they're due Tuesday. So I'm basically reminding you, hey, they're due, get them done. All right, now if we look at Tuesday, Tuesday is for you to complete OMHS lessons. Sometimes you'll only have to do one, other times you may have to do two. But you need to go into OMHS, so that site we were just on, and complete this module lesson 307. And you need to do all three parts, the get ready, the learn, and the practice. And the reason you want to do that on Tuesday is that's your first line of instruction. That's your initial teacher. That's where you're going to learn everything. So that way, when you come to class and you see me on Wednesday, you have already done the work. So I can support you. I can answer your questions. If you don't do it in this order, you guys are going to be confused. Because if you haven't already done the lesson, then when you come and do practice time with me, you're going to be like, what is this crazy lady talking about? What's this slope? What's this graph? What's this X and this Y? I don't know. Well, you would know if you did the OMHS lesson first. And then whatever you don't understand in that OMHS lesson, I'm there to support you. So Wednesday, what it looks like is you need to go to both your whole group and your small group session. So For you guys that saw me on Wednesday, you notice that the times changed. So I now see everybody at 8:30 for that whole group session. And then later on, you have another 30-minute small group somewhere between 9:30 and noon, okay? Both are required. After you do that, then you'll work on your IXL assignment. And by doing the work in this order, it'll be a lot easier because you learn it on your own first on Tuesday. Then you spend Wednesday morning with me where we do more practice. I answer your questions. And then Wednesday, you do that IXL assignment. That's for a grade. All right, and then the pattern repeats for Thursday and Friday. Thursday, you do another OMHS lesson. And then Friday, you come to a whole group and small group. And once again, everybody will now be coming to my 12:30 whole group. And then you'll see me later for another 30 minutes, somewhere between 1:30 and 4 p.m. And after you do that, you'll have another IXL assignment. So once again, you do OMHS on your own Thursday. You come see me Friday to get some practice and ask questions. And then you do the graded IXL work on your own. And then at the bottom is always the due date. So it's just kind of a nice, concise spot for you. So you can see, all right, these are my 2 IXL assignments that I need to work on that will be due the following Tuesday. And last but not least, we got our office hours. So these office hours are like a help session. So if you on Wednesday are working on that IXL assignment and you're a little confused, you're starting to get them wrong, your SMART score is dropping, stop and come to my session on Thursday and we can do problems together. Then same would be true for Friday. Let's say you're working on Friday's IXL assignment. Same thing happens. You're like, I'm confused. Stop. Come to my Monday session. Okay? All right, let's take a brief moment to look at what the ELA newsletter looks like. So your ELA newsletter is a little different in regards to the colors, but it's the same format, okay? So you have on here the weeks, but in this case, all of your ELA assignments are always due on a Friday. So that's designed on purpose. Each class has a different due date, so that way it's not like all of your assignments are always due on Monday. Each class has their own due date, and for ELA, it's on Friday. And then see, it's very similar. They have OMHS lessons, and look, they even put in parentheses what you need to do. You do these between your session times. So I love that they brought this up. This is exactly correct. In that time that you guys have between your whole group and your small group sessions, that's when you should be working on your assignments. So you can either be working on ELA, doing all those IXLs, finishing up your OMHS lessons, or you can always work on assignments for another class because maybe you need a brain break. Maybe you're like, ooh, I am mathed out. I'm going to work on some ELA between my 2 sessions. Or maybe you're ELA'd and reading out. I don't even think those are proper words. Hopefully an ELA teacher doesn't judge me. And you need to do some science. That's fine, as long as you are working. So it's not like, oh, it's free time, I gotta go take a nap. I need to go play my Xbox or play Fortnite. No, if you need to take a break and go for a short walk, get a snack, that's fine. But this is still school. And if you were in a traditional school, you'd be sitting in the desk. So here you get a little bit of freedom, yes, but you still gotta do your work. It's not playtime or free time. And then you have an IXL lesson. And the same goes. And one thing I want to reassure with you guys is even though it may look like there's more for ELA, it's just because the ELA teacher types it out. I don't type out everything that's in the OMHS lesson, but your ELA teacher does, which is kind of nice because it's like a little checkbox, so you can mark it off. So these 2 are the 2 parts of 112 that you need to work on that day. So look, on Monday, you needed to do these parts of 112. And then Tuesday, you do these parts of 112. So they're even breaking it up even more for you, saying you don't have to do all of 112 on Monday. Just do this much on Monday, this much on Tuesday. All right, so the pattern is the same. Now I want to show you another way that you guys can organize yourself. So as we talked about at the beginning, some people like to print these. Some people like to save them to their desktop. Another thing you could do is whether it be like a paper calendar or whether it be on your computer, you could combine all of it so that way you could see it together. So that's what I've done here. So this is a weekly agenda to help you see it together. So on Monday, these are the 3 things you need to do for ELA. And I pulled this straight from that newsletter. You need to go to both your live Class Connect sessions, whole group and small group, both required, guys. Do those parts of the OMHS lesson and complete that IXL assignment. Then for math, you only got 2 things to do, diagnostic arena, and then the second one, if your work's already done, that second one doesn't even really exist because you already did your work. And then the same would go for science, social studies, and your electives. So you could make yourself, whether it be on a Word document like I did, whether it's on a paper calendar, every Monday, you could go and write down, okay, this is my to-do list. Or maybe you just do it every day. That's the first thing you do. You get up in the morning and you write down, because that's what I do. Mine's a daily list. This is what I need to do today. And then see here on Tuesday, you only have 2 things to do for ELA and only 1 thing for math. Wednesday, 2 and 2. So when you look at it like this, it's a lot less overwhelming because you see that really there's only 2 to 3 things that you have to do per day for subject. Now, if you guys can stay on top of that, then you're not going to get overwhelmed. Of course, if you're behind and you're trying to play catch up, yeah, it's going to seem like a lot because you have this week's work plus all the old stuff. But if you're caught up and you're following that schedule, you're following that pacing guide, and you're doing exactly what it says on Monday for all of your classes, it's very doable, okay? So I really hope this helped give you guys some ideas on how to schedule your time. I hope this made you feel a little bit better that, okay, I can breathe. It may look like a lot, but that's because it's for the whole week. Just focus on 1 day at a time, all right? As always, if you guys have any questions, whether it be about math, whether it be about how to access the sites, how to schedule your time, please email me or come to my office hours, all right? Thank you guys so much for being awesome. I'll see you later.